You plan a one-shot, 4 hours, 1 adventures, clear beginning, middle and end. You've got this.
2 hours in, your players are still in the tower debating whether to accept the quest. The healer is interrogating the bartender about the local economy. The rogue is trying to seduce an NPC who wasn't supposed to exist. And you're looking at the clock thinking, we haven't even gotten to the dungeon yet.
The one-shot will not finish tonight. It will become a 2-shot, maybe a 3-shot. And at that point, it's not a one-shot anymore. It's just a short campaign you're pretending is something else.
So how do you actually run a one-shot that starts, happens and ends in a single session?
Ciao! Welcome to Cantrip.
My name is Simo.
And my name is Diego, and today we are giving you 5 tips to run one-shots that actually finish on time. Because one-shots are amazing. They let you test new systems, try new characters, experiment with homebrew rules, take a break from your main campaign, or just play D&D when everyone's calendars are a nightmare. But only if they actually work, only if they actually finish.
And finishing is harder than it sounds, because D&D expands to fill available time, and if you're not careful, your 4-hour one-shot turns into a 8-hour slog where nothing gets resolved and everyone leaves unsatisfied.
So, let's fix that. Here are 5 tips to make your one-shots actually work. Tip number 1. Create urgency. Your one-shot needs a clear, immediate objective with real stakes. Not investigate the mysterious disappearances, not explore the ancient ruins. Those are campaign hooks. They are open-ended. They invite meandering. Your one-shot needs to be stop the ritual before midnight or the city get destroyed. Rescue the hostages before they are executed at dawn. Steal the artifact before it gets shipped out tonight. Clear goal, clear deadline, clear consequences. Here's how you prep this. Write down what happens if the heroes don't intervene. Don't prep the adventure with the heroes in it. Prep the adventure without them. The villain completes the ritual, the hostages die, the artifact leaves the city. Write that story first. Then you introduce the heroes and their job is to disrupt the timeline. That's it. That's the adventure. They are not exploring, they are not investigating. They are racing against the clock to stop something bad from happening. This does 2 things. First, it creates natural urgency that keeps players moving. Second, it gives you a clear structure to work with. You know what the stakes are, you know what failures look like, and that makes it way easier to manage time.
Tip number 2. Follow the 3-act structure. Even a one-shot is still a story. It needs a beginning, a middle and an end. Act 1 is setup. Act 2 is the bulk of adventure. Act 3 is the resolution. If you have very little time, you can even skip Act 1, but the key is that the ending has to feel satisfying. If your one-shot just stops because you run out of time, it doesn't work. Players need closure. They need to know whether they succeed or failed, and they need to feel like the story had a conclusion. That's why urgency matters. A ticking clock forces you toward an ending. You cannot leave things unresolved when the city explodes at midnight. The story ends, whether you're ready or not.
Tip number 3. Start in medias res. Do not, and I cannot stress this enough, do not waste an hour of your one-shot in a tavern. You have 4 hours, maybe 3 if people show up late. You don't have time for you all meet in a tavern and a mysterious hooded figure approaches. You don't have time for introductions, for the party to get to know each other, for them to debate whether to accept the quest. Start in the middle of the action. The party is already together. They already know each other. They are already on the mission. The adventure has already started. The ritual has begun. You can see the villain chanting. You have minutes before it's too late. That's how you start a one-shot. You skip all the preamble and drop your players directly into the situation. They can learn who their characters are and how they work together by playing, not by sitting around a table talking about it. This saves you 30 to 60 minutes, and in a one-shot, that's everything.
Tip number 4. No sandbox, no exploration, no open world. I know, sandbox play is great, we've talked about it, but not in a one-shot. You don't have time. Your one-shot is not there's a city, explore it and see what you find. Your one-shot is here's the mission, here's the path, go. That doesn't mean railroading in the bad sense. Players can still make choices. They can still solve problems creatively. They can still feel agency, but the scope is narrow. The adventure has a shape. You're not building a world, you're building a mission. If your players try to go off the rails, you gently redirect. That's a cool idea, but you're on a time limit. The ritual is happening now. You can explore the city later, but right now, you need to stop this thing. And honestly, most players get it.
I will summarize a scene as a player, as an alley-oop to a GM. And there's a moment where only a PC can go, got it, so this is our plan, and we do it tonight.
When you establish urgency up front, they understand that this isn't exploration time. This is mission time.
Tip number 5. 3 encounters. That's it. Your one-shot should have exactly 3 encounters. Maybe 4 if you're fast, but 3 is the sweet spot. An encounter can be a combat, a puzzle, a social interaction with an important NPC, a trap-filled corridor, whatever, but you should have 3 of them between the start of the adventure and the end. But Diego, why 3? Because that's what fits in 3 or 4 hours. Setup takes time, encounters take time, resolution takes time. 3 encounters is the magic number that lets you hit all the story beats without running over. And here's the key, borrowing this from Pointy Hat. Your encounters need to be modular. You need to be able to cut one if you're running long, or swap the order if it makes sense in the moment. The only encounter that's locked in is the final one. That's your climax. Everything else is flexible. And if you're wondering what those 3 encounters should be, it depends on your group. Some tables love combat. Give them 2 fights and a boss. Some tables love puzzles. Give them 2 puzzles and a final confrontation. Some tables love roleplay. Give them NPCs to interact with. Know your table and build encounters that match what they enjoy.
So there you have it. 5 tips for running one-shots that actually finish on time. Do that and your one-shot will actually be a one-shot. You'll start, you'll play, you'll finish, and everyone will leave satisfied.
Now, tell us, do you run one-shots? Do you always finish on time, or do they always spiral into multi-session adventures? Drop your tips and horror stories in the comments. We want to hear how you handle this.
And hey, if you're finding this helpful, drop a like, hit subscribe, smash that bell. We are making more content like this, practical DMing advice that actually works.
Until next time, keep rolling.
Thanks for watching!